Hey guys, it's Macey
and Ashlee,
and today we are going to be ranking every episode in Star Wars Rebels Season 3. We did Season 1 and Season 2 already. If you haven't already listened, they're episodes.
I'm gonna
go find it yourself.
I'm too lazy to link it, so go look.
I mean, maybe it'll be linked. I don't know. We'll see if I remember. I don't really know what else to say. We will be talking about how many episodes of The Acolyte?
We will be talking about 4, 5, and 6.
Because we were really behind. We finally caught up. So we'll talk about that at the end of the episode if you want to stay for that. If you haven't seen it, just like stop listening at that point.
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm feeling very sick. No, I'm just kidding. Me just like
I do not want to be here. I'm just kidding.
My main complaint is I'm always wearing the same 4 outfits every time we do the podcast.
I want to look through and see what shirts I'm wearing in each, because like I feel like I'm wearing the same shirts. Like I haven't worn this one, I don't think, on the podcast.
Also, you never do your hair.
Aw.
Why is it so staticky?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway.
It's so annoying.
You're right, it is. I'm just kidding.
And her bullying
It doesn't affect me, so it just affects you. And people's views of you.
Okay. I think that's enough.
I don't think we have anything going on. We saw Despicable Me 4 today.
It was good.
Yeah, and that's
I don't know. It was an elimination movie. Like,
yeah.
The plot was a little weak.
Plot was all over the place. Frankly, there was 10 different plots going on. Plots going on.
I love movie plots.
Me too. And show plants.
The plants are my favorite part.
What if it's actually like a curse word or something and we're just like saying it? Do you ever worry about that? Like, you say like mess up and you say it and you're like, what if that's like a really bad word in another language or something? Or what if it is a bad word just in this language, in the English language, and I just don't know?
We'll never know, I guess.
Yeah. Someone comments, are like, actually...
Actually, you offended me. Whoops. That sounds so bad.
Womp womp? I'm just kidding.
Oh, I don't care.
Call someone a slur, you're like, I don't care? I'm just kidding. This is getting worse. Let's move on.
Let's move on before we get canceled.
Is that all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna start with the ranking. If you guys don't remember much from Season 3 like we did, I wrote notes so I can kind of summarize a little bit. Because me and Ashley struggle this every freaking time.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've seen Rebels.
I think we should rewatch.
Okay. We have literally a million other shows we need to be watching.
Like what?
I don't know. I can't think of one at the moment.
We need to watch,
we said we were gonna rewatch a bunch of Disney Channel shows.
Oh, yeah. We do need to watch Lego Ninjago. That's going to be our new thing after Sophia the First. This sounds so bad. I don't like it. And people are like, don't be ashamed. Like what you like. I'm like, I really try, but like saying that we're watching Sophia the First with unironically just kind of gives
I am not ashamed. Sophia the First is freaking banger, and you all should watch it, frankly.
Honestly,
Season 4 is kind of
shows.
Season 4 is kind of mid. I'm gonna be for self-real.
Season 4 is
Season 2 is where it's at. Banger songs too.
A bunch of people have recommended Lego Ninjago and the Dragon Prince, I think is what it is. So we're gonna watch that with our sister because we need a new show. And then
so we're almost done with Sophia first. We literally have 3 episodes left.
That's crazy. Actually, I forgot about that.
We started it like a year ago.
Yeah. You and I... You... No, I'm not.
Where'd he come from?
What were we gonna watch? There was something we were gonna watch.
We have a lot of movies on the list. A lot of shows.
Oh, yeah.
Still need to finish The Summer Turned Pretty.
Yeah.
That's so bad. I don't wanna.
Okay, I think we should just move on. Why do we act so annoyed whenever we talk about anything other than Star Wars?
So that's enough about talking on our own podcast. I think
podcasts are so weird when you think about it. Like, we're literally just talking.
I'm talking for an hour and just like about topics that we find interesting, and somehow people like our opinions. Like, I want to hear our opinions. That is so weird to me.
I mean, it is, because whenever I see, like, a YouTube video on my feed where it's, like, ranking DreamWorks movies, I'm like, oh, okay.
Like, I get it, though, because I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, I always forget that, apparently, whenever I do this.
It's always just because I want to know if people agree with my opinions. Maybe that's, like, the biggest thing. Because, like, I'm always like, are they going to put Sing 2 at the spot where it belongs in number 1? And then I click on it and people don't, and I get pissed off.
I love watching those, and whenever they do, like, a bad opinion, I just, like, scream.
Yeah. And it's just interesting. Like, also about bad things. I'm like, I want to see if they point out the same things I hate.
Mm-hmm.
So that part's really fun, too.
I actually hate doing rankings.
I don't know. Doing them?
No, like, ranking stuff, like, putting it all together. I find it so annoying because my brain just, like, can't compute.
I think the hardest ranking we've ever done is Bad Batch.
Oh,
like,
that one is so bad.
That was hard.
Could you imagine if we did, like, all of it with season 3?
Someone actually recommended that. I want to do that, but it stresses me out in ways I cannot even.
You'd have to sedate me to do it. I'm just kidding.
Then it would be just me. That's what I was going to say.
I almost said seduce. I'm crying. That's not what That's not what I meant.
Like, podcasts with multiple people I can get, but I don't understand how people, like, just one person on a podcast, how that works. Like, how do you not get sick of yourself talking? No. There's no one to talk with you.
You're, like, that is weird. I also don't get, that ties into, like, YouTube videos. Especially, like, I don't know, like, I can't get, like, you're just talking to no one. You're talking to a camera. The only ones I can get are, like, streamers, because you're just talking to, like, chat, at least. Like, at least there's someone to respond to you, you know what I mean?
I also get, like, reaction ones, like, if people are reacting to, like, a movie or, like, videos or something, because then you can, like, it's like you're trying to tell someone what your thoughts on it are.
Yeah. I kind of get video games, because I freaking do commentary to video games, dude. No one's listening, but...
That's the thing is, I feel like whenever you and I watch things, like, we're always... There were so many times during Despicable Me 4 where I wanted to, like, say something,
right?
But I couldn't. Like, it's...
That's why, low-key, why I hate movie theaters. Well, I love movie theaters, but, like, there's so many things that I wanted to, like, lean over and talk to Macey about, but I can't. It's annoying. That's why
also, a huge flaw that I have that I wish I could get rid of because it pisses me off is, sorry.
Would it be...
I had to burp. My stomach hurts.
They're like, I don't care.
Is that whenever I go to a movie theater, and it's only at movie theaters, it's not like when I'm watching new movies at home, it's just at movie theaters, the whole time I'm watching, I'm always like, so am I going to give this a 4-star on Letterboxd? Am I going to give this a 3? Oh, maybe it could be a 3.5. Oh, I kind of like how they did that. Like, instead of just enjoying the freaking movie, I have to sit there and be like, oh, but now it kind of seems like a 4-star. Like, can I just chill out?
Bro got taken over by movie critics.
No, literally, like, what is my problem? And it's only at movie theaters, too. Maybe it's just because I'm, like, sitting there and just, like, giving all my attention to the movie. But, like, it happened today. There were multiple times where I'm like, what should I give this? I'm like, can I wait till the movie's over?
Bro. Calm down. Hold your horses.
It also happened when I watched The Fall Guy, too. It's like, I just wanted...
What other movies have we... No, did you do with that with Inside Out, too?
Mm-hmm. Okay, eventually, I think it's just towards the beginning. Like, once it gets to, like, the third act of the movie, I can kind of just chill. I'm just different, guys. You don't understand. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's start.
Okay.
Unless you have anything else to say.
No.
Okay. So there's 22 episodes. We're gonna start worst to best. And... yeah. You can go first. Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. Okay. So at number 22, I have episode 19, Double Agent Droid.
No way you put it that low. Excuse me.
If you want to explain what's that about.
Oh, it's the one where it's just Chopper and AP5, and AP5 sings a song at the end of the episode.
Here's the thing. Like, it's a funny episode. Like, I'll give it that. Like, Rebels truly doesn't have, like, any horrid fillers. Well. But I just am not a huge fan of droid episodes.
You're gonna be surprised at where I put that one.
Oh, it's just, like, number 1.
Yeah, actually, I put it at number 1. It's my favorite episode of the entire show, actually. From in Star Wars in general.
Could you imagine? Franchise. Whole show. When the freaking season 2 finale exists.
Yeah.
Why were you so silent?
Because I was thinking. For some reason, when you said season 2, I thought of Bad Batch. And I was like...
Macy, we need to get the mind off of Bad Batch sometimes.
I love that episode. But, like, it is really funny. And I don't know why you put it so low. But there's definitely an episode, which I will share, that I can think of that is so much more painful to watch.
Okay.
At 22, I have episode 12, Ghosts of Geonosis.
That is true.
I don't remember what part this is. Oh, it's part 1. There's 2 parts. And if you don't remember, these 2 parts are the ones where they go back to Geonosis with Saw Gerrera. And they, like, find the Geonosian's, like, egg or whatever. And here's the thing. The plot, pretty good. Like, I really like that. Saw Gerrera?
Saw Gerrera will annoy me in every piece of media he's in.
I just can't. He ruined it for me.
He really tipped it over the Bad Batch. I'm gonna be so honest. He really just cemented my hatred for him. And I remember, just like after that, I was playing Fallen Order and got to the part where he shows up, and I just like I was just so annoyed with him at that point. I was like, I want to leave. I want to kill you.
Here's the thing, and people mistake that for like us hating the character. I think he's a really interesting character, and I'm glad that they wrote him, but it still pisses me off. Like, that's how you know he's a good character, because
he's annoying.
And like, I was thinking about it, I was like, maybe I should place this somewhere else, kind of like, because I feel like I have a bias towards just him being annoying. But like, when I think about it, no, I genuinely would just rather watch so many other episodes than this.
It's boring.
And it's just like, he's so annoying. The way that he'll go from being like, okay, we'll help them, to like, oh, like, it's the flip of a switch every 2 seconds. Can you please calm down? Like, what are we getting so upset?
Okay,
Actually,
I'll help you, and then you guys are so stupid idiots.
like, he was valid in the feelings he was feeling. Yeah, it's just the way he goes about it. It pisses me off.
There is no anger management. Like, calm down. It's not that serious.
Okay, you can go next.
Okay. Number 21, I have episode 14, Warhead.
Okay.
If you want to share what that one's about.
Yeah, once I find it. Because I didn't not... Oh. It's the one where they send a droid. Like, the Empire sends a droid to see if there's a base on their planet. And Zeb and AP5 and Chopper find it. And basically the episode revolves around them trying to, like, destroy it before it gets back. But then I think the episode ends with the droid going back and telling
It's just boring.
them that, yeah.
It's one of those things where it's just like they do all of this to stop it and they don't. So like, okay, so it was pointless.
And it has its like funny moments, but
Every Rebels episode does, honestly.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why
This is so random. But do you remember like in the early days of our podcast? Way back yonder. When we had like this small like iPhone mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was so bad, actually.
It was really bad.
And I would get, like, bored and play with the cord, and it would mess with, so you have to grab something to mess with. So I had, like, this little stone that I would just, like, fiddle with in my hands.
That's the thing. It's, like, so many times we were recording, she's, like, ripping the microphone off and crap, and she's like, I have ADHD, sorry. I'm like, find something to fidget with that is not our microphone. Preferably. There are so many things around the room I can see that you can mess with. That is not the microphone that's recording our podcast.
I have gotten better.
Remember when you used to scream in the mic too?
That was... Hey,
randomly would go like, ah!
Hey, can we not talk about that, please?
Also, remember... I'm just kidding.
Also, remember how embarrassing you were?
Okay, I don't even want to look back.
I don't...
Why are those still public? That's my question. Like, I want to keep them public
take those down?
because it shows how far we've gone. Like, we have a lot of episodes. But it's so embarrassing.
I don't want someone to find a podcast and be like, oh, let's go to the very beginning and see that. Can we not?
If you're gonna listen to our old episodes, I do recommend the one where we react to, like, our stories. I still think those are pretty funny.
Those are pretty funny.
But
just don't
everything
go, like,
else...
to the very beginning, please.
Oh, no.
They're so bad.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't miss the mic cord now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yanks it off.
At 21, I have episode 13, Ghosts of Geonosis Part 2. So I just don't like this arc. So
Valid.
Yeah. Your turn.
Okay. number 20, I have Ghost of Geonosis Part 2.
Oh, so you like part 1 better than part 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I like part 2 better.
That's so silly of you.
The one thing I do like from this arc is, should that become our motto for like merch if we ever make some? Someone commented on, by the way, when I say someone, I remember exactly who commented this. It's just like easier to just say that instead of the, anyway. Okay. Commented about our like Siller thing. Like Stace, we said it last episode, I think.
Stay silly.
Maybe it was that. And
never stop silly.
It's something like that. I'll have to look, but we could make that. Or
I say Siller way too much. It's actually bad.
Oh, they said that it's actually valid. And I was like, not you justifying yourself? Like, okay, queen.
Why he's Siller?
Oh, the only thing I like from the Geonosis arc thing is the one part where Saul like makes fun of Kanan and then he proceeds to Jedi jump the entire.
How embarrassing! Right
why can I not think of what it is? It's like a gap
bridge, like the broken bridge. Like
I'm just like sitting there zoned out. Also, when the funny joke that Rex makes after he does that too. He like says something about Anakin, and it's funny. And then Kanan's like, "I heard that.
It was funny." I giggled.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember what it was.
I can't remember. It's been so long. And I choose to tune most of those episodes.
At 20, I have episode 14, Warhead, which we already talked about. So,
at number 19, I have Ghost of Geonosis Part 1.
Okay, no, we're not doing that. At 19, I have episode 8, Iron Squadron. I hate this episode with a burning passion.
What did it do?
If you don't remember, it's the one where they basically go help this crew. And they're very annoying, and the captain is like the the nephew of
the guy,
the one commander. I don't remember his name.
The big important guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? But it's so annoying.
They're so annoying.
Not that the cargo ship was a Star Destroyer.
And then we were like,
they really thought that this tiny ship was a Star Destroyer.
They're just so cocky and annoying.
They're like, we don't need your help. We got this. And then
proceeds to fail horribly.
Like we don't need authority. We're literal teenagers who should not be doing anything by ourselves. And then when an actual Star Destroyer shows up, they're like, we're scared. We need help. I'm like, I want to leave you to the Empire, frankly.
Yeah, it's really annoying. So that's why it's so low, because I just don't like this episode. So, yeah.
I hate annoying kids.
Your turn.
Number 18, I have episode 8, Iron Squadron.
As you should. This episode's just annoying. Like, there's nothing else to say. Okay.
They annoy me every time
they open their mouths.
Yeah. They need to, like, shut their yappers every once in a while. Not every once in a while, like always.
Like, permanently. At 18, I have episode 9. I don't know how to freaking say this.
Oh.
I was gonna show you. It's like the Wincothu job. I probably didn't say that right, but it's basically the one where Hondo helps it's Hondo and Belch, like the one pig guy, and they go with Ezra and Sabine and Zeb, I think, to like get treasure from this one base, and then it's an okay episode. I just it's not one of my favorites. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's kind of mid. It does have Hondo in it, though.
Yeah.
And the stupid pig.
I don't know why you hate the pig so much.
It's annoying.
I told Ashley he's literally just trying to live his life. Hondo's the one that's
Go live his life somewhere else.
He just wants the treasure. Like. Anyway.
Okay.
Your turn.
Freaking Panda from Barbie Magic Pegasus. Calm down.
That was such a deep cut, bro.
I was going to reference Sonic Prime, but I decided to go to a deeper cut.
Yeah, that's actually wild. POV, I don't know. I was trying to think of something.
I was also gonna reference Bluey, but I decided to go for Barbie for no reason.
Okay.
I'm not super confident in this next one. Let's not talk about it too much, alrighty?
Oh no. Hey.
Okay, number 17.
Wait, did you already do 18?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was just making
I
sure.
have episode 4, The Antilles Extraction.
Oh wait, that's literally what I have at 17.
Legit?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, good. I feel more confident now.
If you guys don't know, it's the one where Sabine goes undercover, in like the Imperial Training Academy thing.
And she recruits who? What are the two guys?
Oh, it's like Wedge Antilles and Hobby, I think. Which they're like in Star Wars movies, I think.
Why are we so dry?
I don't hate this episode. I actually like it. It's not as good as the others.
Yeah.
Honestly, from this point forward, it's basically like episodes I like.
Let's see, from...
Yes.
I think from 13 up is the episodes that I like.
Well, yeah.
Like, a lot.
But these ones are just ones that I like. You know.
Yeah, 13 up is, like, episodes I like a lot, but, like, from, like, here, it's just, like, they're okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so what was that? What?
The way I cringe. Stop.
What number was that?
17?
Okay, yeah, that's mine too.
Okay.
So.
Number 16, I have episode 7, Imperial Super Commandos. I don't remember what that one's about.
That one's, by the way, we ranked these like 2 days ago, right? So, this is the one where they go with, Fen Rao, I think is his name. Back to like...
It's like okay.
I don't know what else to say. That's all I have.
They go, and then he discovers that his, like, whole...
Oh, yeah.
thing was, like, killed. That's so insensitive. I'm sorry. His, like, whole family died or something. I can't remember. But, and then he, like, betrays them, but, like, then comes back. My boy is confused. I don't know.
He also was confused on his haircut. It's heinous.
It's like a freaking brick. Like, what is... It's like a haircut you would give someone if they were, like, asleep and you wanted to prank them. Like,
okay. That's not what I was thinking. Sorry, I keep yawning.
Okay.
It's actually really annoying.
yeah, it is. But it's okay.
Are we at 16?
Yes.
Okay, 16 I have 19 Double Agent Droid, which is the one Ashley put at the bottom.
Dang.
Yeah, I like this one.
I'm not saying it's, like, bad. It's just, like... I don't know why I put that low. Let's ignore that. Alright, everyone?
I don't know, is it kind of...
girl boss.
Is it kind of weird that I put that over the Antilles Extraction?
Probably for some people.
Listen, there was a musical number in Star Wars. Like,
it really captured in my heart.
It was weird.
And made my soul sing. Anyway.
Also, there's just so many good jokes in this episode. Anyway.
Chopper is truly something else. Okay, next we have number 15. We have,
We?
Episode 18, Secret Cargo. I don't remember what that episode is.
This one? Let me yawn for like the 15th time. This is the one where they go with like Mon Mothma to do, or they're helping her go somewhere.
Boring! Just kidding, it's fine. It's just like not the best. It's just them doing errands mostly.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. 15?
Yeah.
I have episode 5, Hera's Heroes, which is the one where they go to get her... What is
Calicori.
it? I like this episode a lot, actually. I think it's kind of...
It's kind of a banger. It's kind of a baller. It's kind of a...
I like others more. I struggled ranking this one, actually.
Legit, like, it has a lot of, like, good moments in it, especially with Thrawn. Oh, can we not do that, please?
Oh, I kind of forgot about all those.
Yeah, especially with Thrawn, especially with Ezra, too.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Him and Hera ate this episode. We get, like, that's the thing, is I feel like we get a lot of Kanan and Ezra moments, but this one had a lot of Hera and Ezra moments. I thought it was really cute.
Mother and son. Anyway.
Anyway.
I'm getting annoyed at my own joke. Anyway, since no one found that freaking funny, we're gonna move on. I'm just kidding.
Was this supposed to be funny? I thought they are actually mother and son. Like, what do you mean?
I'm kidding. Can we please move on?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to move on.
Okay. Don't look.
I did.
Okay, at number 14, I have episode 9, the Win Through Job.
The Honda one. Yeah, that one.
The Honda one.
Okay, for 14, I have episode 10, An Inside Man, which is the one where Kanan and Ezra go undercover. Why there's so many undercover missions? As like workers.
They're knee deep into it, bro. They're like, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
I like this episode. I don't really know what to say. Like, I just like others more. Like, I don't really have any problems with it. Also, Callus helps a lot in this episode, I think.
Callus, my man.
Callus. Ew. I cringe so many times.
And to be cringe is to be free, Maisie.
Yeah, let's
It's almost 4th of July. Well, it'll be past once.
What did that have to do with anything?
Freedom.
Oh, I was like, why are you bringing up this holiday? Like, what do you mean?
Be patriotic.
We're just talking like, and it's almost 4th of July.
Aggressive patriotic music starts playing. I don't know.
With the Eagles?
Yeah, you know exactly.
Like the animal, the bird, not the football team. But I do like the
When
Eagles.
does football start up again, by the way? Like, I don't really care, frankly. But...
You're like, I don't care. I just want to know.
Sorry, I'm not like other... Sorry.
I'm a little triggered at football right now.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
don't
not
wanna talk
because of
about
Taylor Swift. It's because my team didn't win last year, okay? I don't want to talk about it.
Again, like, they were in the lead, and they freaking lost it. And they were so close to winning, and they just fumbled.
They fumbled so hard.
They fumbled the bag with that. Guys, get it together. Freaking heck.
Literally, Super Bowl this year was, like, the first time I've ever been that invested in football.
And, like, really disappointed when... Because usually me and Macy just, like, go in a different room and watch the game plan.
Yeah, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie.
Yeah. With the girl who's allergic... What is she allergic to?
What
is she allergic to?
Nuts? Isn't it just
nuts? Like strawberries.
Oh, maybe.
Is it peanuts? Like, what is it?
One second. The part where he thinks that she's faking and she's actually, like, dying.
He's like, okay, stop being dramatic. And she's like, can't breathe.
She's choking for air.
She's like, help me. But she can't talk. She's dying.
That's not funny.
He's like, okay, stop being dramatic. I'm so done with your fits.
People have never seen the movie. You're like, what are you going
girl?
on about?
My game plan allergic to.
It's nuts, right?
Nuts.
Wow.
Oh, her name's Peyton. My bad, man.
Okay.
They tell him the reaction is mild. She couldn't breathe. I'm so confused. What do you mean mild?
So she was being dramatic. Just kidding. Did you look at episode? Did you read 14 already?
14?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's
Have you?
move on. Yeah, I did An Inside Man.
Oh.
Okay, now 13.
Okay, unlucky number. Sorry.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I don't know why, but that just popped in my head from the No Way Home credit. Because the, like, 3 is the magic number.
Oh, it's the magic number.
Yeah, that was. Anyway, no, 13.
End credits that changed my life forever.
Me watching the credits with tears streaming down my face.
Oh no, I love how it's like some big upbeat song and you're just like crying because
sobbing.
Like,
people haven't seen it. They're like, I'm sure you've
Oh.
probably gotten spoiled by now.
yeah,
It's been 2 years, so I'm not apologizing.
I am not apologizing.
I'm not apologizing. That is not my fault.
Not us being cringe.
To be cringe is to be free.
I know. Okay, sorry.
We're literally talking about Star Wars right now. I'm just kidding. Let's not cringe.
Oh, I have a bone to pick with you. Stop. I can't. Stop laughing.
Stop
Okay.
expressing joy. Cut that out. Oh my gosh. Wait, did you guys ever watch that one Bubble Guppies episode? It has stuck in my head because I remember like when like our sister was super little, she was watching Bubble Guppies.
Or you were just watching it. Let's be real.
I actually hate Bubble Guppies. And the stupid little nerd kid, the like redhead, the stupid little like redhead guy, and there was like he was like no giggling, like it's against the law.
I remember that.
And it annoyed me to no end, so it's stuck in my head. Like this is so random, but in my freaking Discord server I'm in, I reference it all the time. I'm like, that stupid Bubble Guppies episode.
We used to like reference it a lot. Like
No
whenever
giggling.
one of us would start laughing.
I hate that little nerd man.
It's a boy. He's a boy. He goes to school. He goes to like elementary school.
I know, I was expressing how much I hated him, and my online friends were like, he's 6. He's
literally
annoying.
6.
He's annoying.
Nah, he has to be like 8.
So why
Listen,
did
you got the age wrong. He's actually 8.
You're not a true Bubble Guppies.
This needs to stop. This needs to stop immediately. I'm not.
Why do their lunches always look like so scrumptious?
I don't know. Every lunch on TV does, honestly. Okay,
Back on topic.
back up.
We strayed a little there.
Did you do 13?
No. Okay. Number 13, I have episode 5, Hera's Heroes.
Okay. I have 18 Secret Cargo, which we already talked about both of those, so.
Both of them. Why you sound so
We talked
annoying?
about both of them.
We already talked about both of them. It sounded like
Okay.
I was on a ridge of tears.
12. Hello.
Okay, number 12, I have episode 10, An Inside Man.
Okay. At 12, I have number 7, Imperial Super Commandos, which we already talked about both of those. So.
Okay.
We're gonna have like pretty similar.
Yeah. Okay, for number 11, I have episode 16, Legacy of Mandalore.
Wait, same, bro.
Legit?
Yeah.
Man. That's the one where Sabine goes back to her family in Mandalore and like finds them again and then like stays
And then,
with
like-
them. And then like she stays with them to like fight or something. I don't know. I can't remember.
Please stop. It has to stop.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I like this episode. I just like there's more. I'm gonna keep saying that until I get to my Roman empires.
Like Ezra's dynamic in this episode a lot because he's
Mhm.
awkward.
It's very awkward.
Ezra, sometimes less is more.
I was gonna say the amount of times like he's like so awkward and Kanan just used to be like, dude, shut up. Like just
Sometimes
stop.
you need to shut your yap. Also, that one fight that Sabine had was someone, the stupid guy. What's his name?
Excuse?
The guy.
Oh, it's the one guy. I don't remember his name.
Okay.
Obviously, he's just insignificant.
Obviously,
Not
he's a
really.
freaking loser because.
I also really like. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I had to burp again. I also really like Kanan and Sabine's like interaction towards the end of the episode.
I was just gonna say that.
Were you? Just kidding.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Did you? Because I am the only one who can come up with cool thoughts.
I was just making a joke. Calm down.
No giggle.
Don't
look.
I'm not looking. I'm looking at mine. I'm looking. I'm looking. That's from Megamind, by the way.
You mean the best movie ever made?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the second time now.
Sorry.
By the way, that's Ashley doing that, not me. Just to like
No, it's actually Macey.
ease your conscience.
She's just
a little
trying
bit.
to. You're like, just so you can clarify who the cringe one is?
Okay.
Rude. Okay, so we are at our top 10.
Wowzers. What?
Golly gee willikers. Should have done that in the nerd voice.
Yeah.
Top 10. My
You just start listing them. You're like, my top 10 are 10, 9, 8, 7.
no, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Can you shut your yapper so I can explain?
Okay, explain.
I don't know what I was gonna say. But you didn't have to cut me off.
Can you focus? Like, I'm gonna start reading mine. I'm gonna look.
Okay, for number 10, I have episode 1, Steps into Shadow, part 1. What is that title, by the way?
I literally have that too. Watch us have the same exact rankings.
That'd be crazy. Actually, I think our number 1 is gonna be different.
Oh, why do you say that?
I don't know. I felt a little silly. I had a vision.
Okay. This one is basically, well, okay, just to like summarize. Step 1.
Step 1.
Part 1 and part 2 are basically the beginning of the. Obviously, it's the first episode of the season. It's the one where Ezra opens the holocron. Well, he already did that, but like.
Okay.
He has the Sith holocron. And he's doing this mission. He's like very irritable and annoying, and he uses the Force Word. And then Kanan figures out that he opened it, and it kind of just like spirals into this whole thing where Ezra's basically just like really angsty and emo. And
Oh, he's his emo era.
yeah, it's a canon event. We can't
Good
interfere.
thing that only lasted like 2 episodes, because I don't know if I can put up with that for the whole like half season. I think I'd literally kick him.
Well, and he still like struggles a little bit even after that, but it's not as bad.
Not as bad. Like this one, like the holocron has like full influence over him, and it's annoying, frankly.
Yeah.
Bro needs to stop being so angsty for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Number 9. Sorry. I have episode 11, Visions and Voices.
Oh,
What is that one?
that's the one with Maul and the Night Sisters.
Yeah.
When Sabine and Kanan just get freaking possessed and crap.
That's also this is like one of my favorite parts of the whole season. It's also the one. Wait, no. Wait, how does the episode start out?
This one?
Yes.
I think Maul threatens to like hurt. It's basically he like threatens to do something, and then that's when Ezra goes along.
Like, is it the one where he like almost like kills, like, or is that another one?
Kills what?
Like the ghost group, or is it like another one?
That's.
I'm losing my voice. Give me
You
2
mean like the
seconds.
one where he's holding them hostage?
Yeah.
That's in a different one.
Okay.
Because Maul is with Ezra right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's not talk about that, please. I like this episode because it has the Night Sisters.
Yeah.
And I thought that was and I thought that was super cool. And I also just like I think it's a cool episode.
I
That's
kind
also
of.
okay. That's where they get the Darksaber. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're right. Yes, you're correct.
Yippee!
So, if I may have permission to speak now,
No.
I also like what you said about the Night Sisters thing. It's just nice because in Clone Wars we like, okay, find out that they basically like help Maul and stuff, but we never hear anything else about it until Rebels. So it's nice that they kind of came full circle, like as a reminder, kind of that they're like intertwined a little bit. Yeah.
The possession stuff is cool. Like that sounds so weird, but like
his family getting possessed and like trying to kill him, and like the voices like and like the gas.
The voices,
like and like your eyes, like that's really cool.
alrighty.
I was just making a joke. I was making fun of you.
No giggling.
Okay.
Where's
What
my
number are
pen?
we on? 9?
Yeah. No.
I haven't read my 9 yet.
Oh, my pen is smearing.
I haven't read my 9 yet.
Okay, so read your 9.
You just said we weren't on 9.
Oh. I felt silly.
Did you read 9? Was that the Night Sister one?
Yes.
Oh my, thank you for nothing. This is why I always go first, because I never forget that you have to read yours next. You just skip over me. Okay, on 9 I have episode 2, Steps into Shadow, part 2. Honestly, in my head, these two just kind of go together, so that's why I like kind of ranked them together. I really like this episode a lot. One of my favorite parts is like, I feel like I brought this up before. But the part where it's kind of like a visual metaphor, where Ezra's like falling and Kanan's helping him up, and like the ship is like really bright where Ezra's is dark, and so he pulls him back into the light.
Ascends.
Literally and metaphorically, and I think that's really beautiful. Dave Filoni with that, I'm not gonna lie.
I will say it again and again. I think Dave Filoni peaked with Rebels.
Yeah, he did.
And Bad Batch Season 3.
Dude, Bad Batch Season 3 is a whole nother level of, like, okay, I'm gonna come out and say it, best content from Star Wars in a while. Like, I'm not even kidding.
I'm sorry, that finale is just, like, amazing.
Earth-shattering.
Yeah.
There's maybe 2 episodes of Season 3 that are just kind of okay for me. Everything else is peak perfection.
Popped off.
Not us going back to Bad Batch.
Why? Oops. Okay, next we have 8?
Yep.
Okay. For number 8, I have episode 6, The Last Battle. This one, it was hard to put my bias aside. I was like, what?
Why is it so low? By the way, this is the one where they, it's with, like, Rex and Ezra and, Kanan, I think it's just it.
They they get captured by separatist droids and essentially have to fight the last battle of the Clone Wars.
I'm sorry, but I think this is, like, 10 out of 10 peak Star Wars.
No, it's a really good episode.
So what do you mean you had to put your bias aside?
So anyway, it would have been like way higher, but thinking about it, there are some episodes that are better. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like I still love this episode. It is absolutely amazing, especially with Rex and Kanan's dynamic. Also seeing Ezra, a person who didn't live through the Clone Wars perspective of it.
Also, Rex's PTSD actually finally being... They never give the clones PTSD, and so they finally did it with this one. And I'm like,
they never give them trauma, and that's no fun. And I think it's really cool, and I could write a whole essay about this. But I don't feel like talking.
Also, oh my gosh, the Clone Wars intro and outro.
When I tell you I cried as a kid.
Me and Ash literally watched it and like started tearing up. I'm not even kidding.
I literally, that was like the coolest thing to have ever happened. When I was a kid.
In the history of ever.
That also just reminds me of when I got older and I finally started rewatching like Clone Wars for the first time, and I heard the intro and I literally like started crying. That's a little embarrassing, but
no, it's not. Why are you embarrassed? It's valid.
You're right. To be cringe is to be. I'm just kidding.
Maybe that can be our slogan.
Cringe is to be free.
Ew, that's kind of. Imagine like seeing somewhere hoodie.
Let your alpha wolf out. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'd kind of laugh if someone wore that. Like, not in like a ew, I'd laugh in like a that's funny. Can I talk to you? Unless you're wearing this in all seriousness.
Put the like to be cringe is to be free, and then put like the like yippee like guy. What? Or, like yippee, you know that guy? What?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
The like little white like critter.
Yes.
With the yippee, yeah.
So personally, I do see where you're coming from, but this episode is way higher for me because I think it is one of the best things ever written.
Okay.
But no, I see where you're coming from. Like, a lot of people are like, well, it's just because of that Clone Wars nostalgia. No, this episode is amazing. Like,
I'm not looking through this one with rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah, no. Like, it's like you said, I really like... That's something I didn't even think to talk about. But Ezra's whole thing, someone who wasn't around during Clone Wars. And that's really interesting to see how he thinks of it.
It also addressed that no one won the Clone Wars, technically. They both lost. Hence the, like, last battle thing.
Yeah. Because
the Clone Wars was a pointless battle. Like, no one won. It was basically just a game. And Ventress says it a lot, too. Especially in Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a nerd. Especially when it comes to Clone Wars.
I really like their whole discussion at the end where Ezra's like, well, no one won, so why don't we just fight this last battle together? And I think that's really beautiful, honestly.
Clone the Master and the Padawan.
Mm-hmm. What?
Huh?
Wait, what?
What?
What'd you say?
I said the clone, the master, and the Padawan.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Sorry. I heard that, and then I thought I didn't, and then I tweaked.
What'd you just say?
Sorry. When I was talking about Ezra, I forgot to, like, mention that kind of going into, like, Rex's thing where, like, Ezra would be like, well, like, kind of make, not, like, jokes, but he would be like, well, you know, I wasn't that bad, blah, blah, blah. And Rex is like, dude. Like, stop.
These droids aren't so bad, and then, like, Rex really basically snaps.
Valid. Which, valid on both ends. Ezra doesn't know what happened. Like, all he sees is just a bunch of random droids who aren't doing anything. But then you also have to understand Rex's point of view, where he literally lost and he says this, like, he lost so many
Rex's Ezra sees pointless droids, where, Rex remembers the thousands of battalions that took multiple, like, of his brothers.
Mm-hmm. And, like you said, I do like Kanan and Rex's dynamic. It definitely, like...
Kanan understands.
Yeah. I like how he finds these, because you see them, like, struggling a lot throughout the show, where, like, Kanan looks at Rex with trauma, because, like, all he sees is, like, clones that killed his master. And then finally begins to understand, like, what happened, you know, like, his point of view and stuff.
When Rex is, like, panicking, and Kanan's like, I need you, like, here, right now.
Mm-hmm. Such a beautiful episode. I love this episode.
I love this episode. And maybe it should have been higher, but it's too late to change that, so...
No, it's fine. I get where you're coming from.
Roll with the punches, am I right? Anyway, so you're...
Not episode 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I have episode 22, 0 Hour Part 2, and I kind of feel bad having this kind of low, but it's just, like, there are others I like more than this. If you don't remember... So 0 Hour 1 and 2 is basically where Thrawn discovers their base. So, and there's that whole thing with Bendu. Like, yeah, they basically, it's just like a whole thing. So.
Bendu do be a stiller guy.
What I don't understand is why I put Part 2 lower than Part 1, but,
I don't understand that either.
I'm confused about that. I'd probably swap them. I like Part 2 better than Part 1. But okay. Whatever.
Well, you do you, I guess.
Maybe I made a mistake.
Anyway, so number 7?
Yes.
Okay, I have episode 2, Steps into Shadows Part 2. Which we already talked about.
Yeah. Any thoughts you want to say on this one?
Not really. I just really like Kanan and Ezra's dynamic in this one. A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Oh.
That sounded not how I meant to say
Yeah,
it.
I did not like that.
Ew.
7, I have episode 17 through Imperial Eyes, which, sorry, you're just, like, staring so weird at the camera.
Sorry.
This is the one where it kind of, like, takes place from Callus's point of view, and it also involves Ezra and Kanan, like, coming, and then they try to help Callus off, but then there's a whole thing where Callus stays because he's trying to start them. It's like, yeah. Anyway.
So it's pointless.
But I really like this episode. I think it's interesting. I like the intro. I think that's honestly peak cinema. They kind of ate with that. And lots of good, funny moments as well, so I like it. Yeah.
Okay. Number 6? 6. Okay.
6.
I have episode 17 through Imperial Eyes.
Oh, jeez. Anything you want to say?
No.
Okay.
I just really like Callus.
Wait, we're on 6?
Not in the way that most people do.
I really like Callus.
Ew! Oh my gosh. Leave. Woo. The door's right there.
I didn't mean for okay, you had your cringe moment, I had to have mine.
To be cringe is to be
Okay.
I'm just gonna comment that instead of like putting like insightful stuff about this episode. I'm just gonna put to be cringe is to be free.
Okay.
Just oh, there's my pen. I don't know where it was. I'm actually kind of scared. Oh, that's gonna be my replies to every comment too. It's to be cringe is to be free. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. I'll actually put thoughtful stuff.
That was a brain-numbing, brain cell losing thing you just had. I don't know why, but I struggled to keep up with that. So much so that I couldn't even form words.
My bad, fam.
Okay, at 6 I have episode 11, Visions of Voices. So I have it significantly higher than Ashlee did. I don't know why, I just like it.
I really like that episode.
So I was a solo? Question mark?
I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, so we won't. Like, calm down.
No, like my top 10 is like I really love them all equally. Honestly, like it will until we get to my top 2. But 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for number 5, I have episode 3, The Holocrons of Fate. I like this episode a lot.
Why isn't it higher?
Because it's in my top 5. Is that not enough for you?
I mean, not really. It needs to be a little bit tiny bit higher.
Well, guess what? I didn't ask. So,
I hope you feel ashamed of yourself right now.
not really. So, what is this episode about?
Oh, what did you say?
Holocrons of Fate.
Oh. That's the one where Kanan and Ezra go through, like, that cave. There's the whole holocron thing, and basically Ezra and Kanan make up in the cave. Like, they kind of, like, they have that really wholesome scene where they hug. Because Ezra is talking about how he feels bad about... He thinks that he's the reason, which he kind of is, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
For Kanan being blind. Which, honestly... You should be Ezra, because if you weren't so trusting, you wouldn't be in this position.
A fatal flaw, if you will. Anyway,
This isn't Tumblr, okay? We're talking...
that caught me so off guard. Oh.
Okay.
I really do like this episode. I like it a lot. It probably should be higher, but I don't want to talk about
You're right.
it. Anyway.
Ew.
To be courageous.
What number are we on? 5. Okay, at number 5, I have episode 6, The Last Battle, which is the Clone Wars one. I wanted to put it even higher, but there are ones that just were better. This one's kind of mean.
Not really.
You're like, not really, because I placed it lower.
No, please.
I'm kidding.
That's actually so embarrassing.
It's, what do you mean? It's fine. We all have different tastes. Some better than others. I'm just kidding.
It's so fun.
Okay, we're at 4.
Okay, number 4, I have episode... Sorry, confuse me. Episode 21, 0 hour.
Same! No way!
Part 1.
Same.
Scared the ever-loving heck out of me, dude.
Same.
Same! Oh my gosh! This is... Do you want to explain what this episode is?
Oh, wait, now I know. Ew.
What was that?
Why did I sound like...
Did you get temporarily possessed? Does a demon exit your body?
Why did I sound like
Mean that I get exercise?
No, I sounded like a second grader on the playground because we're like, give it like.
You have games
Not
on
what
your
I meant
phone.
to do. I meant to I sniffed up more than I needed to.
I know.
It's okay. Anyway, now I know why I put this higher than part 2, because it has that whole thing where Thrawn figures out that Callus's fulcrum. Actually, he figures that out a while ago, but this is the one where he confronts him about it, and I think it's a really peak scene, and then like everything after is pretty good. So, what did you want to say about it?
I don't want. I have hiccups. I didn't want to say anything about it.
Oh, okay.
You pretty much said like I don't know. Like I don't have any other thoughts.
Okay. Now we're at 3.
Okay.
Mine was 0. Remember, I said, "Oh, no way." Anyway,
Sorry, I get distracted by you getting possessed.
I didn't.
Okay, my number 3 is episode 22, 0 hour part 2.
Okay. Number 3, I have episode 3, The Holocrons of Fate. So.
Valid, I know. I should put it
I
high.
know. Okay. 2.
Giggle.
We're at literally the top 2.
Top 2, the best episodes of the whole season. Okay, so for my number 2, I have episode number 20, Twin Sons. Okay. I knew we were going to disagree for a number 1. But this is the one with Obi-Wan. And it is quite literally peak cinema.
The best thing I've ever seen. I say that about everything.
It is amazing.
I could write an essay on this episode.
The whole thing with, like, Obi-Wan and his final fight with Maul, I think, is actually, like, perfect. And can we just talk about how Maul, like, started as, like, a throwaway character in The Phantom Menace, and he was supposed to be dead until he miraculously came back alive in Clone Wars and became one of the best villains ever, like, made, especially in Season 7, and then had this whole amazing arc with I sound like a nerd. Had this whole amazing arc with Obi-Wan until it finally got wrapped up in Rebels and had the most cinematic, most beautiful death.
You're like, I celebrated us. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'm just kidding. I didn't.
Okay.
I celebrated.
I celebrate.
I threw a party.
I love everything about this episode. Honestly, it is amazing. Especially the fight. I really like how when Maul's dying, they have that, like, short interaction where he's like, he's talking about Luke. He's like, he is the chosen one, isn't he, or something like that. And it just goes to show that, like, all Maul, like, at those final moments, all he cares about is just, like, avenging literally everyone. Because it's like the whole Clone Wars thing again, where, like, clones and droids, I almost said drones, were like no one won. They were basically just, like, pawns in a game. Where Maul basically got betrayed by the Sith, so he's just trying to, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he finally realized that his obsession with Kenobi wasn't as important in that moment, and all he wants is just, like, Luke to kind of, I mean, not maybe in the way that Kenobi thinks, but just to avenge all of them.
Yeah.
He will avenge us.
I think the voice actor for Maul said it best. I know his name, I'm just blanking.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I
don't got you. I just mean I know what you mean.
There was, like, this whole interview talking about his final death, and I would go recommend searching it up. It's, like, maybe a minute long. It's not that long. But he basically just talks about how he, like, squares up and is ready to fight, like, the old Obi-Wan, and then that's why it ends so quickly, and, like, shock in his eyes because he realized, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not explaining it well, but he did it really well.
Oh my gosh, every interview clip I see, I'm like, you know this character so well, and you understand everything, and he just describes everything.
He is amazing. Sam, what's his last name?
I don't remember. I know it
starts with
Sam.
a W.
Yeah, it does.
He is amazing. He understands Maul's character perfectly, and he also plays another character in a video game or something. Can't remember, but I've heard him talk about that character too, and he understands, like, perfectly. He's an ultimate, like, Star Wars nerd.
I love the part where, like, the clip where it says that he's corrected Dave Filoni on, like, multiple occasions, like, not in, like, actually, just
it's,
like a, hey, I think.
It's like that one thing where it's, like, the episode where they were gonna have, like, Anakin have this whole thing with, like, talking to, like, Shmi's, like, grave or something. I can't quite remember. And they scrapped it because he said that, like, she's actually met Padme before. That's also, like, a pivotal moment. I don't know how Dave Filoni got that. That's kind of embarrassing.
I feel like if I think I'd have so many brain farts like that.
Right?
Where I would, like, think of something, and then someone would be like, you know this happened, right? I'd be like, you're
Frick.
right. I don't But I think that's funny.
He is amazing. But anyway.
At my number 2, I have episode 15, Trails of the Darksaber. And honestly, spent, like, 20 minutes trying to decide, like, which one should be at number 1. Because honestly, I think we both have to agree that these are the best episodes of the season. Sabine's theme, gorgeous,
Oh my
stunning.
gosh.
The whole episode is amazing.
I love her and Kanan's dynamic, especially seeing her grow as a character, seeing how she gets like annoyed and is frustrated with how Kanan is teaching, and especially like her difference from Ezra, and seeing Kanan struggle to teach a different student and struggle to teach her in a different way, and her ultimately like getting annoyed until like the other guy comes and like helps Fenrau or something. I don't know. And basically teaches like and gives her like some tips and pointers and like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just talk about how funny like Mandalorians like love fighting Jedi for literally no reason? Like they have like so many tricks to combat their force and lightsabers. Like
Mm-hmm.
their little like not the like whips, but they're like things.
The whips.
Whip. That they shoot out to like tug back, you know what I mean? I can't remember what they're
Yeah.
called. But our whole like ringlet of like tricks and shields and stuff, they love an inner jetpack. They love fighting Jedi for no reason. I find it so fun.
I think that's one of the main reasons why Ahsoka, like the show, kind of annoyed me sometimes, because I feel like this episode was a whole like major point for her character, showing that like she's not a Jedi. Like, and that's Kanan even acknowledged that. Like, he was trying to train her as a Jedi, and then remembered like she's Mandalorian, and she's picking up traits from different things. So like I feel like in Ahsoka they were trying to make her like an apprentice for a Jedi thing, and I was like, I just don't understand where they're going with that. But
That also really annoyed me because it was an essential part of Sabine's character, seeing her not as a Jedi. And it also very annoyed me when she handed the Darksaber off, because it basically ruined the whole entire point. And I don't like Bo-Katan. I'm just kidding. She's fine. She just annoys me. But I really do think Ahsoka kind of ruined her, not like completely, but kind of like tarnished her character a little bit. Because Sabine was supposed to be like this cool Mandalorian character who had her own thing, wasn't a Jedi, but still was super cool. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
I feel like that was a cool part of Rebels too, because there was Jedi, but there's also other people and who had different ways of fighting. And I feel like in Ahsoka they just basically erased that and made her into Ezra into a sort of a way, and just made her a Force user. I hate her being a Force user. That annoys me to no end.
Yeah, like I said, like there's things I love about the show. Whenever I say Ahsoka, it feels like I'm talking about the character, but like the show, and there's just like some things I don't like as much, and that's one of them.
Because she like relates to Ezra now, which I didn't need her to, frankly. Like I also think that diminishes Ezra's character. Just shut it. Because he was supposed to be his like own thing and be one of the final Jedi and like Padawan, but now Sabine's a Force user now, and I also hate the idea of her being Ahsoka's Padawan for no reason. I'm like, I would have liked her having the idea of maybe being not like Force sensitive, but not a Force user. Like maybe she can sense things around her, but she can't wield it.
Yeah.
But no, they had to make her Force. I'm sorry, that annoys me so much.
If there's one thing that annoys me, it's putting Force sensitivity into random people. Like, I'm so glad in Bad Batch that it acknowledged that Omega had that, but she didn't end up sticking with it because that just wasn't her.
I think that was one of my favorite things about Bad Batch, because there's so many shows and stories in Star Wars where it's mostly centered on the Force because it's a big port.
Like a port?
Nothing annoys me more than when I'm going on like a know-it-all rant and I mess up. And that annoys me so much. It's like an essential part of Star Wars, but I'm glad to see like the other part of Star Wars that's not the Force.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did like how they acknowledged that she was like Force sensitive, but she didn't choose. She chose something else.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, this episode's great. I like the whole fight with Kanan and Sabine. I think it's peak cinema, to be honest. Voice acting is really good. I don't know, I feel like we mostly talked about everything I needed to say, but...
If you can't tell, that was my number one.
And if you can't tell, Twin Sons was my number one, so... yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
This notebook has, like, all of my... Let's see. All of my rankings. Oh, there's Bad Batch.
Same. And we have season 4 to talk about next time, so that's exciting. I love season 4.
There's Rebels season 1. What is this? Oh, there's my Ahsoka one.
Okay, we need to talk about Acolyte now before the...
Yes. Imagine. Okay. We're gonna talk about 4, 5, and 6.
I don't have anything to say on 4.
It's
so far out.
It's a lot of filler. Oh, sorry. Spoilers ahead.
Oh, yeah.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dude, this is so off topic, I'm sorry. But my biology teacher had like a freaking like timer she would always do, but it was like a bomb.
Oh, I remember those.
And it scared me because our volume was always like so we were like working and then so it was like, and also one time she was out of the room, so it just kept replaying the bomb like going off.
No one went up to the mouse to like turn it off?
No, because she was like
Why?
rushing back, but all of us like,
Oh.
she also kind of scared me, so I didn't really want to touch her.
Okay.
That's what reminded
Can we just talk about like our main points out of all the episodes that we liked? Like just kind of a random.
There's not much about 4.
I really like the lightsaber. I'm not talking about 4, by the way. I'm talking about 5 and 6. The lightsaber choreography. Peak. This was in 5. Some of the best I have seen since prequel era. I think it's really, 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 really good.
I could talk about episode 5 for hours. It is
It's really good.
definitely my favorite episode of the season.
Same.
And probably of the whole season.
Like, Acolyte haters can hate all they want, but you have to... Like, you're lying if you say that you didn't think this episode was good.
Right? Because, like, the many lightsaber fights were so cool. I have the one with the Sith and Soul was pretty cool. And then the one with... And then, like, the Padawan joins in. I'm sorry. I can't remember her name.
Jackie?
Yes. Joins in. And I also liked when she picked up the Wookiee's lightsaber and did it double-bladed, but reverse grip. That was super cool. Maybe as you're talking about this, like, yellow blades are way, like, more used in High Republic era. And I don't know why that is. What do yellow blades represent? I don't know well enough to...
I don't either. I always just made the assumption that maybe it's because the Jedi is, like... I feel like it's more of, like, a structure thing. That makes no sense. Please forget I don't even know. I don't know. I love everything about this episode. I don't really know, like, what else to say. I think it's just really well done.
The fight with, May and... What is her name? The Padawan.
Jackie?
Yes.
Sounds like a dog name. I'm so sorry. That's so disrespectful. But, like,
Bro.
Jackie, come here. Like...
with May using knives, I think...
I love knives.
Makes you sound so weird.
Yeah, I don't mean to make you sound weird. You already do.
I think that was cool. I like the whole... Okay, the freaking Sith guy is, like, one of the coolest characters of this whole show.
What's his name, by the way?
I don't know.
Question for the class.
Chat? Who else?
I think it's, like...
I can't remember.
Sorry, I'm having a horrible job at remembering their names.
But he's super cool. Especially with his mask. But a lot of deaths this episode. With all the Jedi dying. And then the Padawan died. Which we were talking...
Jackie!
Sorry. Jackie died, which I was sad about, but we didn't get enough time to, like, really know her.
Yeah, same with Yord.
I was getting there.
Yord was just, like, a comedic character. Why did I feel like that? Like, because he was, like, the most, like, structured one. He was, like...
are you listening, Osha?
Yeah. Like, he was so cringe in that way where everyone obviously made memes about him. The whole Yord Horde thing exists. So, like...
I saw things that said, so can we still make them if he's dead?
Yeah.
Honor the dead. Anyway, so her death... Maybe as you're talking about this, how did she get, like, 3 lightsaber stabs, like, in... Like,
I thought I answered this for you.
I'm confused.
I thought that he did all the lightsabers, so he did his and then her 2 ones.
But how would he hold all those?
4? Well, she was holding one, and he probably, like, moved it, and then... I would have to watch the episode again. Honestly, I was just so, like, numb at that point. I was just not understanding anything that was going on.
He was cool. Yord's death was
Disgusting.
wild. I was not expecting that at all. Neck snapped. I'm like...
Don't say it like that.
You're right. It sounds like wig snapped.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
But I'm like, oh my gosh. And May was kind of pathetic. I'm sorry. That's mean. She just kept running away and then getting captured and then running away again. I'm like...
Unpopular opinion, but I don't like the main characters in the show. I don't like the twins. They're just, like, so bland to me. I'm just not interested in them. I'm interested in, like, Soul and, like, the Sith and anyone but them. I'm so sorry.
I used to like May, but she's, like, kind of really, like, stale.
They're so stale.
I can't take it anymore. But, because I think her character design is super cool. Like,
Yeah.
I love her costume, and I love the idea of her
Costume?
outfit.
Wait, what's that off of?
Costume? Megamind.
Thank you.
That is our whole dynamic, isn't it? Me and Macy were joking because we always go, what is that off of? And then the other answers.
Like, before we started this episode, what was it? I said something, and I was like, what's that off of? And you just answered, and I went, okay. Like, it's, like, the same tone. Like, we just do it with no... Anyway.
I like her whole outfit. Like, I love the idea of having knives as a weapon. But she's just so stale.
Me and Ash were talking about it. It's kind of weird and doesn't make sense at all. Like, I'm so sorry. How she goes from being, like, so dedicated to, like, killing these Jedi and crap, and all of a sudden she's like, actually, I want to go help my sister and turn myself into the Jedi.
Actually,
and
I felt quite silly. I want to go home. I'm like,
that is really fast.
what are
That
we
is,
doing?
that's whiplash. Like,
And she could have been written so well, but oh well. I'm not gonna cry about
this
it.
whole show could have, it had such a good thing going on. I'm like, I know I say this every episode, but just because I don't like something, like, I don't want to come across as an acolyte hater because those people piss me off to no end. Like, you can like the show, and I'm glad you like it. But personally, there's just so much about the show that I don't like that I feel like could be written so much better.
It pisses me off. Nothing pisses me off more than missed potential. Or, like, unused potential. It annoys me because you're like, you had this great idea, and you didn't use it.
Anyway.
I think episode 5 is probably the only one I'll ever rewatch.
So far.
Also, just like the whole... Okay, I love Soul as a character. He's definitely my favorite.
Same.
I love the whole part where he absolutely went freaking crazy on the Sith guy. Just, like, lost it. Only Hunter did that. I'm sorry. I need to stop bringing that back.
Actually, you're so right for that, though. Like,
Darn it! But I just love seeing him, like, finally lose it and, like, kind of, like, embrace the dark side a little bit. And
embrace the dark side.
until embrace the...
Huh?
I'm not even gonna continue with the joke I was gonna make.
Okay.
Until Osha, like, stopped him. But I am super interested in just, like, what happened, because he was about to tell Osha about, like, him, because he says, like, there's, like, dark in you, and he's, like, about to explain, but then, like, he got shocked. I'm like, that's so late. I want to know more.
I want to know more.
I think we are next episode.
Yeah.
But he's just such an interesting character.
I agree. We, speaking of Soul, I'm gonna talk about the next episode real fast, but you can bring up random points. I'm just doing whatever comes to my head. That was so aggressive. I'm sorry.
Jeez Louise.
We were actually, like, talking with her dad, and I'm gonna bring this conversation up because I think it's important, because a lot of other people might feel this way. But he was kind of saying how he feels like Soul is, like, not the typical Jedi, and he doesn't like how he's, like, being portrayed and stuff. I love Soul for that. I think he's a really interesting character, because we've had Jedi that are, like, more honed into their emotional sides, like Anakin, like, obviously, like, anyway, sorry. But I really like how he places his emotions more over, like, the standard Jedi code. Like, you can especially see in episode 6. Is that the latest one?
Yes.
where he doesn't realize that Osha's May until later because he's like so clouded by his emotions. I think that's really interesting, and yeah, I think that's really cool.
I do like that a lot, and I do just love seeing Jedi who just care too much, you know what I mean?
Anyway.
And I did like in episode 6 where he is just like so clouded the entire time and just can't focus, and like our dad like marked up like, well, why didn't he notice, like, you know, like, but you didn't really get to process any of the deaths that just happened.
Yeah,
he lost his Padawan, he lost like another one. Sorry, I don't know what your word is to him. I don't know.
Wait,
he lost.
Jackie was his Padawan?
Yeah,
I thought Jackie was Yord's Padawan.
no,
Why do you say it like that? Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Then why was Jackie with Yord on that one mission and he kept calling her Padawan? My Padawan.
Let me Google it.
I could be so wrong, but that's just like what my interpretation was.
How do you spell her name?
It's just like Jeckeymous. No, it's Jecki. Or is it just I?
I don't know.
Figure it out. Sound it out. Be a big girl. Anyway, yeah, you're right. I'm just trying to fill the silence while you Google this. Hello?
Yep. Soul's Padawan.
Okay, sorry. Whenever
Calm
Ashley's
down.
right, she's just be so cocky about it. You're like, yep,
I'm right.
guess what? Google says.
Actually.
Okay, why does she literally go with him on that one mission and he calls her like Padawan so many times? Like so many times.
Because she is a Padawan.
Okay, use her name.
It's Yord.
Ashley.
He doesn't call Osha by her name. He calls her Citizen.
That's true. Okay, we get it.
so-
You're right. Ugh. Dang it. And there's like no video right now because our phone died. But I am joking. Just
Our
to
phone?
clarify. Our phone? Anyway. I wanted to say something, but I'll let you finish.
But he just never really got to, like, and he lost multiple of his, like, fellow Jedi and, like, friends. And I really like the scene where he went to the fixed, like, transmit, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But he just, like, loses it for a second, you know what I mean? He just, like, punches it and he just, like, kind of cries for a bit. It's like a freaking...
Little cry sesh. Just kidding.
Bro!
Bro!
Can you stop making fun of me for 2 seconds?
You literally did that last episode. I don't want to hear it.
Oopsies.
Okay.
And just, like, goes back to... I don't know. I like that.
Yeah. Soul's definitely my
I
favorite.
like when characters show emotion.
I wanted to say, I think it's a really interesting point that was made by the Sith where he was talking about the relationship between, like, an apprentice and a master. Because if you think about it, I don't understand why the Jedi say no, like, attachments to kings or whatever. If you look at literally any, like, apprentice and, like, mentor, like, master relationship, it's bound to have, like, some feelings towards it. Like, Obi-Wan and Anakin. Anakin literally said that he thinks of Obi-Wan as, like, a father figure. Ahsoka and Anakin, they have, like, a sibling relationship. Kanan and Ezra, like, father figure again. Who else? Like, I could literally list anyone else. Like, Soul and Osha clearly have, like, a relationship.
Like,
I
you
could
can't
go
just
on and
train and, like, basically raise this kid without getting attached.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Like, it's a really, really close and unique relationship.
Yeah, I do want to talk about the Sith in this episode, too, because... Sorry. But he was also, like, an interesting part of this episode. Especially with, Osha. Why did...
Osha's so dry. So is me. Sorry. Why do I feel like she just... I don't know. Sorry. You can continue.
No, I got distracted.
Oh.
But she is kind of dry. I did like the part where he's like, well, you can kill me, like, when he, like, puts, like, himself against the lightsaber, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he's, like, basically, like, it's just, like, pushing her, like, what Like, why did you leave them? Like, and so I did notice, like, when she finally snapped and, like, held the lightsaber up to him, she didn't hold the blade up. She held the hilt up to his neck instead of the blade because she didn't want to kill him. And I thought that was cool. Like, even if she, like, snapped, you know what I mean? She, like, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
He's a very interesting character. And I also thought his, like, thing with the helmet was super cool. With, like, the material is cool, but him saying how it's, like, a sensory deprivation helmet.
Mm-hmm.
So he could just, like, focus in on the Force.
Another reason why I think Osha's dry is just because, like, I feel like she just contradicts herself a lot. And May does this too, where she'll be like, I'm not like my sister, like, I can't be corrupted, blah, blah, blah. And then 2 seconds later puts the helmet on. Like,
make up your mind.
Like, what are you doing?
I thought she was going to go to the dark side. I was like, oh no, she's getting possessed.
I just think that they're very stale characters that have, like, no writing at all. But that's just my opinion.
Interesting characters in the show are Soul and the Sith. I can't remember his name. Not him getting in the tub.
It was giving Mulan a little bit. I don't know why. It gave Mulan.
It was. And I was like, oh.
Because I was, like, waiting, like, for, like, what if someone, like, jumped in the water or something? It's just on that Mulan mindset.
Or starts splashing around.
Ew,
it's so bad. Also his, like, whole thing with, like, being, he was, like, talking about, like, him being a Jedi, like, in the past. She's like, well, I've never heard of you. And he's like, a long time ago. I'm like, are you immortal?
Are you immortal?
Goodness. Like, did you use the Force to, like, more, like, not age? I'm confused.
I'm very confused.
But I thought the whole thing with, like, his scar on his back, like, his master, like, supposedly gave it to him was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
But I do like, and apparently some people don't, Sith are constantly known for saying that the Jedi are wrong, or that they're, like, they have this, you know what I mean? They're trying to justify their own actions by going to the dark side and saying, like, well, the Jedi are, like, limiting this power, and, like, they've been lying to you, and, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to justify, like, Sith have always done that, so it's not a new thing. Starts listening. The Sith will always see Jedi as wrong, and will always, like, they're not, apparently some people think, I'm not even gonna say this is some people, our dad just calls him out, that the show was trying to justify turning to the dark side because of your own emotions, and no, that's just the Sith trying to justify turning to the dark side because of their own emotions. Because all Sith want is power. Just, like, maybe for revenge, or just because they want to take over the world, or they always want power, and that's why they turn to the dark side, because strong emotions do give you more power, but with, like, bad effects, I guess, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll always try to justify them being like, well, anger is better, when it's really not.
I always think of it, like, sorry. Like, I like to pull, like, the Ahsoka example. Like, there are people who have left the Order because they don't agree with certain things. Like, let's be real, the Jedi Council is not perfect, and that has been shown. Like, that's the whole plot of Star Wars. I feel like early Star Wars, prequel era, is to show, like, that's why they ultimately just fell, because there's so many things.
Because they were flawed?
Yeah. Which is important, but that's the difference between, like, a Sith and someone else. Like, Ahsoka obviously has bitter feelings towards the Jedi Order, as she should, but she doesn't let anger and hate and stuff consume her, because that's what a Sith would do. So I feel like that's why, like, they're different. Like how people that the whole justification thing, but like you said, it's just their perspective. Like, they're gonna let those feelings consume them, whereas there's people who have left the Order who obviously have better feelings towards it, but, like, they're not, you know what I'm trying to say?
I do agree what you're trying to say.
Yeah, because, like, there's definitely that whole thing where, yeah, Sith will try to convince people on their side of things, because yeah, maybe there was something that went on with this Sith guy. I'm so sorry, I don't remember his name. That would warrant like a little bit of ill feeling, I guess. But he's letting all of those emotions control him, so he's like trying to justify his. I can't explain as good as you can. Whereas just like
I didn't explain it.
no,
good.
you did. Whereas, like, it's just the way I feel like you go about that kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah, because you can be, like, you can say, the difference between, I guess, Grey Jedis and Sith is that Grey, they're not even Jedi, Grey Jedi, I'm just going to call them that because I don't know, they acknowledge that, like, maybe the Jedi are wrong, you know what I mean? Because that's probably the reason why they left, like Ahsoka, but they do not let themselves fall into the hatred and the pain because they acknowledge like that's not good either. Whereas Sith will always try to justify it while being like, well, the Jedi like this, you know what I mean? They'll always try to justify their own actions.
That actually reminds me of, like, you could compare, like, Ahsoka and Barriss. Like, they both have similar issues with the Jedi, but they go about it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is blowing up a freaking temple really gonna help you?
Bro, she's like, you guys are so violent. Blows up a temple. She's a Louise girl.
Anyway. Yeah, that's what I had to say, but
that is a good comparison. I like the...
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's all I have to say.
Same.
We have 2 episodes left of the Acolyte. So let's see how they wrap this one up.
There's, I feel like, a lot that you're gonna need to...
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot left in here. Like, I don't know how they're gonna wrap it up.
Let's just end now. Yeah. Thanks so much for listening.
And hearing our ramblings.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.